Good morning, Nepal, and we apologize for a little late of this live session today because we are caught up with the urgent meeting, and we have our guest already here on the screen, and I'll be authorizing him here and to talk about the virtual fair that is ongoing with the Bradford Global. Our team are very happy to welcome you in this event and talk about the programs that the University of West London offers to you all. And as you may know, this is a very popular university among our Nepalese students, as well as many South Asian students, and not just South Asian students, the international students as well. And they are in London. Also, the fee structure also very affordable, and they got many programs. The beauty of this, like January intake at the University of West London, is they got both levels program, like undergrad as well as postgraduate programs. And please note it, like they got several programs with intensive as well. So this is great to attend this event, especially today. And without any delay, I'll be welcoming our guest, Mr. Ashish Sharma.
Hi, Pawan. Thank you so much for welcoming us.
I apologize again, to have you wait at the backstage for a while.
Not a problem at all. I can understand what things can come up in the last moment. Absolutely.
Thanks for your understanding. And we'd like to welcome you officially one more time. And our viewers are very excited, to see you here today and hear from you about the programs, the situation, the visa processing, and the offer letters, and everything else about the University of West London at the moment. I heard a lot about West London's students being granted with the visas for September intake, and there are pools of application, like so many applications for this January intake as well. So and it feels good to share this news to our viewers today, that you have got those success stories to tell to our students here today. And if they are having the plan about studying further in the UK, then I think West London, University of West London has got a lot of options to offer to them. So
yes. So the September and October intake which we have. So the October intake starts from 26th of October. The September intake started on 21st of September. Successful intakes. Despite the pandemic, despite COVID pandemic, there are a lot of students who have been to the university for the September intake and for the October intake as well. A lot of students are in the process of getting their visas. So close to, I think, 700 students have been to the university till now. So
that's good news.
Yes, that's a very positive sign, and something which we were not expecting earlier. Actually, no one was expecting, but then it all turned out to be very positive. As far as the January or the February intake is concerned, so the Feb intake starts from 1st of February 2021. Most of the courses that we have in the September intake, they are available for February intake as well. So this is what I see sometimes. For example, last year our February intake was even bigger than our September intake because most of the courses that we have there, they run in the February intake as well. And we all are very fond of our Nepalese students. There are a lot of students from Nepal who come to the University of West London. So that's what we're very fond of. So
absolutely, we heard so many things about West London, and it's becoming a very popular university for our South Asian students, including from Nepal. So of course, as we see our application number also increasing from Nepal, I believe we're gonna have a pools of application coming out of our market as well. And thanks to you guys for your support and the processing and everything very satisfactory. And just the situation due to the COVID is not so favorable, but yet we feel good about the students interest about studying in the UK and exploring more about their options. And University of West London having those most of the popular or most demanding programs to offer, I guess it's becoming one of the great choice among our students. Thank you. And I just want to pull up the best programs for when you talk about the postgraduate degrees, especially with the internship. So I just pulled up this information from what you just offered to us as a list of programs for this January intake, actually February intake, we can call it. And
Yeah.
to the viewers, for many of you who may not know, UK universities mostly got September as their largest intake. But the University of West London has got January intake as same as September's intake in terms of the programs that they offer in both levels, like undergrad and postgraduate levels. So these programs that we have popped up on the screen right now, like the MSc programs with internship, like in cybersecurity, applied project management, information systems, software engineering, food business management, international tourism and hospitality, all these are very popular among all our students. So definitely we're going to have Ashish to make some
Yes.
to make it even better,
Yeah.
doing some presentation, or if he wants to talk about programs one by one. If Ashish, you are welcome to do anyway that.
Okay. So, yep. I mean, is it okay if I do a presentation, or shall I just speak on the programs? Any which way?
A quick presentation would be a lot better, Ashish.
Okay. Sure. So I'm just going to share my screen.
Sure.
And
Yeah.
be able
I'll
to
authorize it.
do a short presentation.
Sure. Yeah, I saw your request. I just want you to hold on for 1 second. I just want to play a promo and then.
Sure.
All right, here we start our presentation from our special guest today, Mr. Ashish Sharma, who is the regional assistant for South Asia, Middle East, and Southeast Asia as well. So please feel free to ask your question anytime you like, and we'll be taking those questions for your answers. All right, so let's start this presentation, Mr. Ashish.
Sure. Okay. Yes, Ponso, I hope that you can view the screen that I'm sharing right now,
Yep.
The presentation that I've shared. Okay. So, a little bit about the University of West London for the students who are not aware of the university yet. So, overall, it's a 34th ranking UK university, in the UK. Recently, it has also been awarded as the University of the Year for student experience according to the Times Higher Education ranking. So this, I haven't been able to mention it. It's pretty recent, but a few other facts would be it's a top modern university in London for overall satisfaction according to the National Student Survey 2019 and 2020 as well. So another thing is, 13 of our courses have received a record. 13 of our courses have received 100% student satisfaction in the National Student Survey 2019 and 20, 19 and 20 as well. So, I feel National Student Survey is pretty important because the data which is collected is from the existing students itself who are already studying. So our students are very happy. That's what I would like to say. If you see from the logo itself, it says the Career University. So what I mean by a career university is that the focus of the university, the vision of the university is all focused towards making students career ready, and that's why I see that the students, they enjoy a very high graduate employability. 98% of our graduates are in employment or for the study within 6 months of graduation, as published by the UK government body HISA 2018. It has also been awarded with the Association of Graduate Careers Advisory Services Membership Quality Standard. So this is the careers team of the university which has received an award. So these things show the kind of commitment the careers team has towards making students career ready. The TEF, Teaching Excellence Framework, is a silver. Over here, you can see in the black box the awards 2019 Business School of the Year. So the Claude Littner Business School, which is under the University of West London, was the Business School of the Year awardee in the UK. Moving on to the location. So location is very important for students to make an evaluation for the university on where they would like to go for. So the university is located in Ealing. Ealing is 20 minutes away from Heathrow Airport, 30 minutes away from the central London area, very well connected by let's say the tube or via the roadways and all these things. But one thing which I feel is even more important than, let's say, the central location is the location of the university towards the economic zone, or towards the industry. So in this blue box in the center, you can see 50% of the world's 300 top companies have headquarters within 15 miles of the university. So that's how it all facilitates the students to have the required industry exposure, to have the required opportunities for internships, placements. That's how I feel the university enjoys quite a good graduate employability. Two sites, Ealing and Brentford, are the two sites that we have pretty close, 1.5 miles away from each other. You can also see the Paragon Lets. Paragon Lets is the university student accommodation, which is located in the Brentford side. So for students who study in Ealing, who have their courses running in Ealing side, they just have to hop on the free shuttle bus, which runs every 15 minutes, and then they'll be there in their classes in 15 minutes. A little bit about the facilities of the University of West London. So I've dedicated one entire slide because it deserves that actually. So you can see over here, 150 million pounds of campus investment recently made by the management. You can see a few pictures where all 3 floors of library, 24/7 accessible library. The university's own radio station is there, and many other things. For example, the Westmont Enterprise Hub. It's a startup incubator, pretty successful. A lot of students are already working on their ideas. Have received support in terms of technical know-how, financial assistance, free office space is available to students who are working on the startups. Likewise, for hospitality students, there is a West London Food Innovation Lab. There are 2 training restaurants inside the university itself. There's a 4-star Savoy Suite facility. There is a flight path simulator. So earlier I said that the university is located close to the Heathrow, but it's not only the distance or the proximity to Heathrow, but also the relationship that both the management shared. So that's how when students go to London, they'll find that a lot of UWL students are already working at the Heathrow and nearby as well. A brief about the study options. Starting from the schools, School of Computing and Engineering, courses related to computer science, courses related to civil are available under this. There is a health informatics course which is a popular course for people coming from healthcare background.
Right.
At the bachelor's we have an architecture course as well under the school. London School of Film, Media and Design, courses related to journalism, courses related to design, uh, a very popular course of advertising, branding, and communication. MA in advertising, branding, and communication is available under this, which has a lot of international applicants, I would say. London College of Music is a world-renowned school of music, having its presence through various centers through across the world. So musicians like Freddie Mercury have passed out from London College of Music.
Wow.
School of Law and Criminology, courses related to law and criminology available at the bachelor's and master's level with the various specializations at the master's level as well. College of Nursing, Midwifery and Healthcare. So the courses that are available under this are, of course, there are a lot of courses which are available, but there are a few which are open to international students. So, one is the public health and well-being that is available. Another is, we've recently come with a school of biomedical sciences as well. So there is a BSc biomedical science course which is available. Social work is available, and MSc bioinformatics is available. So these are the few courses which are available, related to this. School of Human and Social Sciences, Psychology, Forensics. These are the kind of courses which are available under the school. London Geller College of Hospitality and Tourism. It's a 70-year-old school, quite reputed for the courses it offers in the UK. Courses related to hospitality, tourism, aviation management, event management, culinary arts. These are kind of the courses which are available. Claude Littner Business School, last but not the least, last year it was the Business School of the Year in the UK awardee. All courses related to management, marketing, digital marketing is a popular course. The MBA, which it's the economics at the bachelor's level. All these are the courses which are available. A little bit about the fees and scholarships. So for undergrad, it's £12,500 a year. For postgrad, it's £13,000 a year. £2,000 is the undergrad internship fee. So, there are internship options available at undergrad and postgrad. So for undergrad students, if they go for a full-time with an internship option, so it'll be a 4-year degree, 1.5 years of studies, and then 1 year of internship in between, and again 1.5 years of study. For postgrad, it's a 1-year master's course and 6 to 8 months of internships towards the end. Fees is £600. Only different is the MBA course. A year it's a 1 year without an internship, whereas with an internship, the course will be 2 years, out of which 10 months will be internship. The total fees will be £1,250. But for the January or the February intake, we don't have an MBA with an internship option. Only September is the intake where we have MBA with an internship option. So this I would like to skip. Extended postgrad is basically like a pre-masters, but one single CAS and one single visa. June and October are the intakes. So we have an intake we have 4 intakes basically. So in a year, for extended postgrad program, for students who don't know, it is basically it has lesser entry requirements who are not able to meet the entry requirements of the direct masters, but the duration is slightly longer. So 15 months without an internship, 2 years with an internship. Fee structure is mentioned over here. A lot of students would be looking forward to apply for scholarship. So the one scholarship option which is available is the International Ambassador Scholarship, up to £5,000 for all the international students. The students first need to hold an offer in order to apply for the scholarship. So for all the applicants who are keenly looking for scholarships, I would always suggest to make an early application, because there are the deadlines for the scholarships which are to be considered as well. A little bit about the entry requirements. So what we required is a 60% for in year 12 for undergrad students in their undergrad programs for a postgrad application. The IELTS requirements are 6.0 with no less than 5.5 for bachelor's, 6.5 with no less than 5.5 for masters, and of course we are able to accept all the other examinations or English language, the uh, examinations like the PTE or the TOEFL, or even we accept Duolingo. I understand a lot of applicants will now be facing problems in order to undertake the the physical examination. So we accept the online versions as well, like the IELTS indicator, the Duolingo, and PT, VETSAT, and all these examinations. Uh, Third thing is the profile of the student. So that I would say matters most to our admissions team, and so the students have to write a good SOP in order to demonstrate what exactly their motivations are, and a little bit about their background and all these things. So
Great.
I think that's all. How to apply, it's pretty standard. We can, pretty standard list of documents. You just have to be in touch with your counselors at Bradford. They'll be able to guide you for your applications, through, for your scholarship applications and throughout your visa process and all these things. Uh, so I think that's all.
Which is great. Thank you, Assis, for your wonderful presentation. I hope, our viewers got like pretty good chunk of information in regards to their study plans in the UK, especially at the University of West London. Like you said, like there are plenty of programs, and yet, the requirement, let's say entry requirement, academic wise, is not too tough. I think, it's like kind of moderate admission criteria, with like 60
Yes, yes.
percentage with 60 percentage in plus two, you can
Uh,
apply onto the bachelor's or undergrad programs, right?
yes, yeah,
And
exactly.
how about the masters? What's the lowest percentage that you have offered, and then you have sent an offer to any students from Nepal, if you remember any?
Okay. Yes. So again, in terms of the grades requirement, what we require is 60%. But if there are students for masters who uh, are unable to meet the entry requirements of the direct masters, be it in terms of the grades or be it in terms of IELTS, so they can go for an extended masters. So the extended masters IELTS requirement is a 6.0 instead of 6.5. So that's why we get good applications as well. Uh, they can, for even students with a 6.0 in IELTS, they can come on to study for the 15 months extended masters.
Okay, that's great. And absolutely, like Nepal is a big market for postgraduate programs,
Ah,
especially
yes.
to the UK. And the reason behind, there are so many things. First, the programs that you offer. Second, the design. The program is like a year
It's
study
a yes.
plus internship, or you call industry practice as well, and it
Huh.
counts towards your PSW as well. So
Huh.
this is great thing about masters, and of course lower I mean less the duration of the program, and ample opportunities to get into those companies as an intern, and while you are doing your degree as well. So this is great. And I've just scrolled the information about the programs with internship that we offer in January in this coming intake. I think these are the great programs. Um, yeah.
Yes. So, in February,
Uh,
almost all the programs are available with internship. Only the exception is the MBA with an internship. MBA is available, but
uh,
without internship. Rest, almost all other programs are available.
okay. Yeah, that sounds good. Um, there is still like an MBA program that you have in place, but without intensive for this intake. Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Noted. Asis, what do you think? Student will have to face the same situation, they have to study online than going to the campus. So what would you expect as a university?
Yes, a lot of students will having, it's a very valid question in today's world. A lot of students will be having
Hmm.
this question in their mind.
Hmm.
So, for, as I earlier said, that a lot of students have already gone to London to join our campus physically. We have, we are already running a September intake. We are soon going to start our October intake in a week's time. So for them, uh, minimum 80% of the lectures which they will study, that will happen on campus. A few lectures where the lecturer feels or the faculty feels can be managed online. So that will take place on the UWL Flex, that is the online platform of the university. It comes with great benefits to the students as well. So that can happen. So 20%, let's say, will take place. The students will still be in London and will be taking online for now. But a minimum 80% is what the students will be taking, on campus. This is what we have decided. And second thing, when students go for a February intake, and I'm sure that situation will recover better. So it will be even better for the students going there. Uh, so apart from this, as of now, there is a 2 weeks of self quarantine
Time.
that students have to go through. So which is compulsory not only for the students but any of the international travelers when they travel to UK. So this thing is there, and even while staying in the self isolation, they can study online at that point of time because that is a compulsory quarantine which the students have to go through. After that, they can join their classes. They can go on to the university, and I'm sure that they'll have a very good experience.
Absolutely. We're glad that there is a provision, and the university requires the students like to be on the safe side, just by like following the guidelines from the home country as well as the UK government, because it's about public safety, it's about your own safety, and at this time, like no country is apart from this situation, but we just hoping that things will be better in coming months. As we see, we have several vaccines being developed by many countries, especially from the UK, US, Australia, Germany itself, and other countries as well. Even India has announced that they're gonna soon launch the vaccine
Yeah,
in the country, and this is great news. Being
yeah, yes,
working in South Asia, Nepal, like very close neighbor to India. I think when the vaccine is developed, let's say, people are just worried because they might not get the one sooner as they want, as they need. But I believe when we have one developed by India, being a close
uh,
neighbor, or besides those the donors, or let's say those people who had the advance orders, I
uh,
think we're gonna have a pretty good number to offer to
yeah,
our
yeah,
public.
yes. So that's what I think, that we all have to be positive, and things will be in place shortly. We all, the humanity is trying to find a solution to this problem. And just check a few months, before a few months,
Mhm.
we were in so much panic. No one knew, no one could anticipate that the September October intake would be such a success, or even
Right.
students would, go abroad, or even the flights will start or something.
Yeah.
But now, as it has recovered so well. We are learning to live with this thing as well, and I think eventually, I think it's short time, and then we definitely have all previous
Yeah.
pre-COVID work again.
Yeah, I agree. It's not like we not we're not becoming positive, or we're not following the guidelines, or we don't care how this situation is going, but it's more about we care about everything, like we say.
Yeah,
But we need to care about ourselves. We need to protect ourselves from catching this virus, and even having our surroundings safer. In the meantime, we cannot just stay back with our study plans or any other personal plans. I think for that reason, public is becoming more active these days than past several months, and with this news, new vaccine vaccines coming in the world, and then this is also giving some hope. And absolutely, the way how you got to see the students, and then traveling to the UK for this September intake, which was beyond your expectation. So and now like the application is coming through to your admissions office in a great volume, and that for January intake. That means like there is a very still a very good number of students trying to get to the UK for their further studies. And with the,
Yeah.
it's just not like you have the application, rather like they saw the students like already traveling. And uh, whereas in the UK, like they have those like 2 weeks of like quarantine, self quarantine process to be undertaken. And even in Nepal or India, I believe like before you fly, you have to like submit at least 72 hours report of your health report, like latest
Mhm.
PCR, like or your like COVID test. And if you
Mhm.
are negative, if you are like negative, then you're good to go. You can take a flight, and then with the same document, you can get into the UK from the border. And but again, like you have to be quarantined. So I think the measures are like taken this way. And also like some are online classes, some are like mostly the on campus. And for the time being, let's say maybe for an intake or so, like this there could be like kind of hybrid, like online as well as on campus
Yes.
classes.
Yes.
But we can't wait to see like having the on campus classes anytime in, next year. So this is
Mhm.
good. And like I was like we are just like talking about this vaccine. I just want to like bring it up over here. So this is about like our um, I mean, the New York Times tracker about the vaccine being developed, as you see on this screen, which I've been like getting
Okay.
referring. So it's like 46 vaccine in clinical trials, like from phase 1 through phase third. That's final one, and many more, close to like 100 preclinical vaccines are underway. This means like many more like vaccines are in the process. So I think we don't need to just like panic, rather like just calm down and like stay with the plans, and then still like get it going. This means like you won't be left out, you will not be missed out. So better like explore more about the programs or the universities, the countries that you would like to go, and then this way I think you won't be behind. Thanks for explaining.
Absolutely.
And see, like sometimes this too, I'm like talking about online versus on campus. Just a quick answer I would like to expect for you from you. Like if they feel like this, it could be kind of like a kind of river, like poor judgment, something like that. Like students would like to like share with our students often share with us like why we have to like go to the UK while we are like doing the online classes. Rather like we stay home, and then I mean home in our home country, and then take it until the situation is better. So personally, and from our organization, I would say like see like situation is the same wherever you go. This means like whether you're in Nepal or India or like other countries, or like you're going to the UK and you're gonna be there. See, like situation is the same for a student. Studying here or there, it could be a little different. Like if you have opportunity to travel to the UK, then I think you should. But of course, always taking into consideration the safety guidelines. So, what do you think the students should do?
Yes, that's what I think. So, there was a time when during the starting of the pandemic, UK was badly hit. And if I talk about, our India and Nepal and, country here, these went so badly hit. But, as time has passed, we see that UK has recovered, quite well thanks to, the people over there, the NHS,
Mhm.
the dedication, the healthcare facilities and all these things. Of course, they have better healthcare facilities, the population, and all these things factor. They matter that ways. So right now the UK is faring very well. It's recovering well. The recoveries is quite well, except the recent restrictions. There are a few restrictions which have been imposed again. So London is now was earlier to tier one restrictions. Now it is in tier two restrictions. So that is something which is there. But overall, if I speak comparatively for as comparatively to India. So situation is even better over there. So that's what I feel, and I feel that we just need to learn to live with it. We should do whatever is in our hands, as in to take precautionary measures to ensure social distancing and all these things. But apart from it, uh, I don't think this is something, a problem which should deter our study overseas goals. Uh, that's
Absolutely. Yeah. Okay. Let's like get back to our offers from the University of West London, to the prospective students. Want to talk about the fee structure. Your fee structure, that comes around 12,000 plus 2,000 for undergrad internship if those programs are with internship. And I find many students share, their parents share about this is very moderate fee structure. So what is what would you say the quality versus the pricing?
Yeah, so I think that of course the students will do their own research, and they will find out more about different fee structures of various universities. But I feel one reason is that one reason why we don't have bursaries or automatic scholarships is
Uh-huh.
this, as compared to, let's say, if you compare according to the rankings of the university, the location of the university, uh, the fee structure is it's not very high. So that's why this is one question which a lot of students have. Why can't I get an automatic scholarship of £2,000 or £1,000 or whatever? The scholarship option which is available is the international ambassador scholarship up to £5,000. That is a
Wow.
complete scholarship which you can apply. The pot is huge, but
Hmm.
we the fee structure is not a very high, so that's why we don't have automatic scholarships. As far as the student satisfaction or the quality is concerned, you would have seen a massive rise in the rankings of the University of West London. four
Hmm.
years back 4 or 5 years back, you would see UWL to be towards 90, 100 ranking across UK. Right now, it's a 34th in a matter of 3 or 4 years.
No.
Not only Guardian, but also various other rankings as well have been constantly ranking very high for student satisfaction.
Hmm.
Uh, be it the National Student Survey, be it the the Times rankings, which have awarded the University of the Year for student experience. Uh, a record number of courses, 13 courses have received 100% student satisfaction. The students union, I think in 2018 or something, the students union was voted as the strongest students union in the UK. So all these factors, which I see that the students are doing well, the students are satisfied in the experience that they're going through, and that's why we get a lot of reference, as in we get a lot of new applicants who are referred by their friends or their relatives who are
Hmm.
studying in University of West London itself.
Yeah, that's a good way of advertising, or like good way of publicity actually of a good university and the programs. It's a word of
Mhm.
mouth, which is great, because if you are happy as a student, of course, you want to refer to your friends or family, and then that word is more strong. And this how it makes us proud to work with you as well, because of these reasons. The tuition stocks are very moderate, and again, there is a scholarship thing for certain programs. And also, there is no quality compromise. You are well priced, and also very primarily located in London. And you are very close to all the places that you are actually, maybe for malls or restaurants, or any other business houses. Everything is very close by. When you are studying there, then just getting out of the university, then you can get to those places easily and in very short span of time. So that means even the big airport like Heathrow Airport is just 20-25 minutes away. So what else you can expect? Program wise, you have got all these great programs, and companies also with the internship. I think this is great. Yeah, thanks. um, about undergrad and postgraduate degrees. So I've like just pulled up those like programs here, and I am sure like there are so many things under these faculties as well, and but it covers. This is very good news. Like it covers like a whole areas that our South Asian students would like to, study in the UK especially. So again,
Yes.
like what do you think are the very popular programs, especially from Nepal or India?
Okay, so if I talk about, let's say, Nepal, we receive a lot of applications for hospitality. You know,
Mm-hmm,
I the applicants are very fond of making a career in hospitality, and businesses, we receive, because we have this the MBA program
mm-hmm,
where even freshers can apply. So if they hold a first class from their if they hold a first class in their bachelor degree, they can apply for the MBA program
mm-hmm.
without work experience.
Great.
The We got a lot of applications last year, this year as well, because the business school of the university was awarded as the business school of the year in the UK. So, and then of course we also receive applications, for, let's say, related to healthcare, for health informatics, public health programs, bioinformatics, and all these things as well.
That's great. I just like got one question here to pop up on the screen. So if you could just like quickly answer this.
Yes. So we do have a bachelor's in international hospitality management course. So basically, the course is bachelor's in luxury hospitality management, and under the London Geller College of Hospitality and Tourism, it is one of the courses which are available. You will also be able to find various other options. For example, a hotel management course,
Mm-hmm,
tourism course. There is an airline and airport management at the bachelor's level. There
mm-hmm.
is events management. There is a culinary arts course, a 3 year bachelor degree in itself. So likewise, you have the option of specializing into a particular field by studying a 3 year bachelor degree itself.
All right, that's great. Thanks, Manju. Hope you got the answer. Here, like I have got this question for you. So mostly like students who could not attend the IELTS or such test due to this pandemic, they ask us like whether we have universities that still offers them like with this pre-sessional English, or like if they don't have like any sort of like IELTS or PT or anything, uh, on that condition, can you offer pre-sessional or not, or like you need to have a UKVI IELTS, or what is it like?
Okay, yes. So for pre-sessional English, the students definitely need to have the UKVI IELTS,
Right.
and depending on their bands which they score, we will be able to offer either a 2 months, 8 weeks, or 12 weeks pre-sessional English
Hmm.
course. But still, they need to have the UKVI IELTS. One thing which it just came up to my mind, which I
Sure.
forgot. A lot of students would also have this mind whether they can get an IELTS waiver.
Mm. Yeah.
For an arts waiver, if the students have studied from, let's say, if they have a UK degree, there are a lot of students from Nepal who still have a UK degree when they come to the UK.
Uh-huh.
Yes, we can waive an IELTS for them. Second, if they have their Year 12 from an international board, then we can waive an IELTS for them. But as far as I think the HSCB, the Nepal board is concerned, they still need to take an IELTS or PT or some other English language proficiency test.
I think this is great, like thing to talk about. Uh, so you mean to say like if the students have got a qualification, last qualification, like they got it from the local college which is affiliated to the UK or other
Yeah.
foreign countries, and
Yeah.
provided they have medium of instructional later from the college itself, right?
Yeah.
Then you will provide that. And next thing, like uh, did you say like if someone has got, let's say, a certain score in English, is it
Hmm.
also eligible, like let's say B plus in class 12 English, or like above 70, is there
Yeah.
anything like that?
Yes. So basically, for Year 12 students, depending on the boards, So it is basically, a 70 in English for an undergrad program, 75 in English for a postgrad program. That's what we require
Okay.
from. So there'll be short Skype assessment after that from the university, as a part of the application, IELTS waiver.
So for undergrad it's 75 in English, and for masters, let's say postgrad, it is 75. You mean?
So for undergrad IELTS waiver, the 6.0 is 70 in English. For postgrad IELTS waiver 6.5, it is 75 in English.
Okay. All right. So undergrads 70 and 75. All right.
Yes.
Okay. Thanks for making that clear. Okay. So at the moment you say, like, there's only like 5,000 up to $5,000 scholarship to offer to the international students at the undergrad level only, because you already have, like, moderate fee structure.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
So as far as the scholarships are concerned, it's a one-time scholarship. And, for an undergrad, for a master's is a 1-year course. It's a short duration course. But even for undergrad, it's a one-time scholarship that they can apply. You can consider it for the first year, or it's a one-time scholarship which is available. It is
Great.
not, I would say, it is not entirely on the basis of the grades that the student scores. It is on how well the student justifies for the scholarship. So there is a separate scholarship application which the students will have to fill. Questions like, tell us 3 things which make you a worthwhile candidate to receive the scholarship, to be answered in around 200, 300 words each. That will determine the kind of scholarships that the award that you get.
Great. Well, like, as you see, like, many MBA students are applying, from our country as well. So is it, like, offered without any previous work experience, or was it what it is, like, for the fresh graduate to the, like, someone having some years gap? So what's the most, like, gap that you would accept?
Okay, so two routes I would say for students who have a first class in their bachelor degree. They don't need a work experience. The work experience can be waived off. But then if they have anything lesser than that, then minimum 2 years of at least junior management level work experience will be compulsory for application to them. Yes.
Great.
MBA is a course, I would say, where the profile is looked at. So, for students who have work experience, it's not just any other work experience that will count. The quality of the work experience will count as well. So
Great.
that's what will be considered as well.
And one more question, like, somewhere similar to that. Let's say, like, one student got the academic background in different field. Let's say some engineering students can switch to MBA program, or like nursing students can switch into MBA program, or the arts students switching to different other programs. So what is it like?
Okay, yes. So as far as business management is concerned, students can apply from various background. Anyways, if anyone sees an MBA, a good MBA cohort, ideally, I can definitely speak about UWL. They would want the applicants to be from various backgrounds. They would also want a few freshers in the cohort, the MBA cohort. That's why there are few seats for freshers as well. Whereas if you see most of the applicants, they will be work experience. From technical, they will be from technical backgrounds like engineering, computers, civil, and all. A lot of some people will be from the business background itself. Some will be from, let's say, hospitality and all these things. So an ideal MBA cohort, that's what I feel, and that's what the university feels, is a mixture of students, because business management is not specific to any particular industry. All the industry, they have management function. They have managers who are running those business. So it is more about skill, management skills, rather than industry specific knowledge. So of course, industry specific knowledge has to be there. As and when students move on to work in a particular industry, they will acquire that. But in an MBA course or in a business management course, apart from the knowledge, what they acquired is the managerial skills, uh, which works out cross industry. So it's all applicable to various industries. That's
Great.
what. Apart from that, there is an applied project management course which is under of computing and engineering.
Right.
So that is for students from specifically a technical background. So people who have a BTech or a BSc or a technical degree, they can apply for that course, not from any other background.
Okay. Yeah, thanks for clarifying that. And of course, that helps our students and our counselors as well. Um, see, we want to know, how long it takes, even in this pandemic, it's going to take some time for turning in the application. What's the turnaround time? It's within a days, or does it take some weeks?
Turnaround time right now is a little twisted. It takes around 2 weeks to get the offer. It's
Okay.
only because the number of students who are starting their courses in September and October intake. So a lot of our staff is kind of occupied there. But in 2 weeks' time, the students will get
Right.
their offer.
Yeah, I know, you guys are very busy, and all of you are doing your best as you can, to issue the offers as soon as possible. Yeah, thanks for your hard work, even in this challenging time. Um, Another stuff, see, we want to know, by when, what's the deadline for coming this February first, class,
Mhm. Okay, yeah, so there is no deadline as such now for the February 21 intake because it's too soon to set a deadline. Of course, there will be a deadline ahead.
Uh-huh.
Uh, so we'll definitely will keep you updated, and you can update the students as well.
Right.
But more than a deadline, I would say that uh, the seats tend to get filled up as well. So that
Yeah.
is also something, especially for the popular courses.
Yeah.
So that's something which the students should also consider. Anyways,
Right.
there are no application fees to the university, so the students can apply without an application fees as well.
That's
And
great. Yeah.
I would also advise all the applicants not to wait for all the documents to be in their hand at the time of making an application. They can make a conditional sorry, they can make an application wherein will be issuing a conditional offer.
Hmm.
So that's what is possible, and as and when they have their documents, when they have their IELTS or any other thing, they can furbish it to us. The offer will become unconditional rather than waiting for the IELTS results to come up and then to apply. It can be a time-taking procedure. So that's what if the students can keep in mind, that'll be good for them.
Yeah, that's a great thing that you just shared with us. Even without a complete application, you can still begin your processing. I mean,
Yeah.
you can send in the passport and all available academic documents, and even if you are waiting for your final transcript, because we understand that the university is not open, and then the transcript process is in still taking some time. But in that case, we can actually submit those semester by semester score sheet, mark sheets, and then help us get a conditional later if they satisfy all other conditions. And then in the meantime, the students can submit those missing documents. This is so as to secure a seat at the university, because particular programs got very limited seats, and that will actually ensure that they are admitted, and they can process with other stuff the credibility interview thing, and provided they have all the things satisfied for the University of West London, then they can proceed with the payment deposit. So if you can tell us, I just got this thing to ask you, how much is the minimum deposit one can make to the university to secure the seat after
Okay, so
they cross everything?
the minimum deposit is mostly around 50% of the
Okay.
fee structure. That's
About
what the
6,000
students
plus. Okay.
yes, that's what the students will be required to pay. Uh, the remaining fees can be either paid at once if they wish to avail the 5% rebate. So if the
Oh, okay.
student, yes, let's say they pay 50% of the fees over here, the deposit, while they go to the UK, if they pay the remaining 50%
Uh-huh.
at once, then they will get the 5% rebate on the overall fee structure. So that translates into a good amount in our currency. So that
Oh,
is else they can choose to pay the remaining amount in 3 installments. That's what they can opt for. They have this option.
okay, great. So, you advising, I mean, you suggesting students, to make a full payment if you want some discount, like, 5% off the tuition. And if you want to plan with other options, like for now, like 50% deposit is required of your like 1 year tuition. If it is like 12,000, say like, 6,000 minimum is the requirement as the first deposit. But for the remaining balance, you can plan for next 2 installments, you mean, if they want to?
So yes, so there will be three
Okay.
installments which they can pay in, uh, or they can pay at once if they are able to manage.
Yeah.
So 3 installments would be somewhere like, let's say, if February is the intake. So the 3 installments would be somewhere around March, April, and May. So the kind of 3 installments where they can pay their fees, the remaining fees.
Great. Thank you. We are like almost like coming to the end of this program. So I would like to like, ask you like, what would you suggest like, to the students who are thinking about like applying to your university, and then who are like, you want to like refer them to, and then, what they have to like, come up with. I mean, what documents as the first thing
Yes.
to bring with.
Yeah. Yeah. So, for all your applications, for all the applicants who are keen to study in the UK or wish to apply for the University of West London, they just have to be in touch with the counselors at Bradford. And I know the students may be overloaded with information, so I
Hmm.
think it's better not to tell them about specific things. So because you just have to get in touch with the counselors at Bradford, they'll be able to guide you through your documentation and through the entry requirements if students have forgotten. When I was a student, I couldn't remember all
Hmm.
these. So that's why you just have to get in touch with them. Just one thing that I would advise for the students who are keenly looking for scholarships is to
Hmm.
make an early application, because for the February intake, the scholarship deadline is towards November, somewhere in November.
Oh, okay.
They need to first have an offer. So just for them, that's what I would advise, to make an early application.
Hmm.
And I think that's all yeah,
Yeah.
I'm sure that students will have a very good experience ahead.
Yeah, thank you, Assis, for like, recommending all the students who are thinking to study in the UK at the University of West London to us at Bradford Global. We are located in the New Bannister Chowk, and at the 7th floor of Omkar Building. So again, like, the numbers and the contact details are here on the screen as well. Please feel free to contact us. We are open following the safety guidelines for yours and for ours and for the public safety. And again, like, like we were discussing together with our guest today, Mr. Ashish Sharma from the University of West London, that you are not missing anything. It doesn't hurt you anything. Because even if you start your application now, while you're waiting for your final transcripts or like, some other documentation, will guide you what documents are required for now and how you should start your processing. And the good news is, like, University of West London has got both undergrad as well as postgraduate programs, and some of them with intensive facilities. That means, like, you can pay a year fee, and then the next like year or like at least 6 months, and you got a like intensive attached. So am I saying that correctly?
Yes, exactly.
Okay, great. Thank you. And we from Bradford team like to thank you, Assis, and the university itself, and especially say hi to Karan as well. I know he is very, very busy, and also like it was hard like for us this time to like, have you in this show because you are so busy. And thank you for your like, so much valuable time and then wonderful session with us today. Um, we'd like to be well in touch with you, and then of course we'll be sending applications for this intake. And I hope the viewers today have got pretty good information about their choices at the University of West London, and we look forward to receiving them, and then we'll forward it to you for admissions, and then we'll make it successful for everybody of us, for the students at the first hand, and for all of us. And
Thank you.
thank you everyone. And also I think in India as well, it's Navaratri, or Navaratri, or like this
Oh, yeah.
festival, yeah,
Yes.
Dasai is ongoing. It's a third day in Nepal. Here I'm in California. We started it yesterday with the Ghatastavana thing in our house, and today's second here. It's third day of Dasai there. So we wish everybody of you safe and a very healthy Dasai celebration. And of course, I think you should avoid the crowd and make it safer, especially in this difficult time of the era, I would say. And we will cope up with these challenges. Please be safe, and but again, continue with your plans about studying abroad, studying in the UK. And I'm sure you have found many programs at the University of West London, and today's session with us from our and the presentation from our special guest, Mr. Sharma, has been very informative to you. Please let us know, and thank you so much. Thank you, Ashish. I just want you to wait for 1 minute so I
Sure.
can announce. All right. Thank you. And thanks, Veer. And it is about tomorrow's session, live session. We'll have the new College of the Humanities, which is by Northeastern University, which is a very big university and popular university in the US, in Canada. And also, now they have started their campus in London, and they got good programs to offer. Please watch us tomorrow as well. With that said, I would like to thank you for joining us today. And please feel free to ask us any question, meet with our team at Nepal office. We'd be happy to help you out with your study in the UK plans. And again, I want to personally thank you for giving us this much positive feedback about these live events and how it is helping you. We want to be as clear as you want, giving you as much information as you want. And this is the first information by inviting the industry representative in these events. Hope it's been fruitful. All right. With that said, thank you, and stay safe.